You know that feeling when you spend 6 hours tracking down a single bug instead of building the feature you actually care about? Or when you're deep in flow and have to switch contexts to write tests for code you finished yesterday? Well, here's the thing. The biggest AI coding breakthrough isn't about writing code faster. It's about never losing focus again. OpenAI just launched Codex, and it's not what you think. Let me show you what just changed. Forget GitHub Copilot style autocomplete. Codex is a cloud-based AI agent powered by Codex 1, which is a specialized version of OpenAI's O3 model. But here's what makes it different. You can delegate entire tasks to it and it works independently while you keep coding. Multiple tasks at the same time, in isolated cloud sandboxes. You literally tell it, refactor this module, or fix the bug in the authentication flow, or write comprehensive tests for the payment system, then you go back to what you were doing. Codex spins up its own environment, works through the problem, runs its own tests, and comes back with a pull request ready for your review. Real OpenAI engineers used it at Dev Day to run 3 to 4 completely independent tasks simultaneously. This isn't incremental. This is the difference between hiring an intern who looks over your shoulder and hiring a senior engineer who takes work off your plate. You stay in flow. You work on what you actually want to build. The tedious stuff happens in the background. But wait, because it gets even better when you look at what it can actually do. During testing, GPT-5 Codex, the model powering the agent, worked autonomously for over 7 hours on a single complex task. Not 7 hours of you babysitting it. 7 hours of it iterating, fixing test failures, adjusting implementation, and delivering a working solution. Without you, it can handle the full spectrum too. Small bug fixes in seconds. Complete feature builds over hours. Large-scale refactors across massive codebases. It adapts its thinking time based on complexity, working fast on simple stuff and going deep when it needs to. GPT 5.2 Codex, the newest version released just last week, achieved state-of-the-art performance on SWE Bench Pro and Terminal Bench 2.0. You'd think the longest sessions would be buggy messes, right? Wrong. The security researcher Andrew McPherson used an earlier version to discover 3 critical security vulnerabilities in React server components. Not by accident, by systematically working through standard defensive security workflows, setting up test environments, and reasoning through complex code. The AI didn't just find bugs, it did legitimate security research. That's not autocomplete, that's a security engineer. And this is where it gets wild, because OpenAI designed this specifically for how development actually works. Codex isn't locked to one interface. It's in your terminal via the Codex CLI. It's in your IDE with extensions for VS Code, Cursor, and Windsurf. It's on the web. It's integrated into GitHub to automatically review pull requests. It's in your Slack channels, pulling context from conversations to pick the right repo and start working. It's even in the ChatGPT mobile app so you can delegate tasks from your phone. And here's the kicker, it all uses your ChatGPT account, so your context moves with you. Start a task on your laptop, review it on your phone, merge it from GitHub. No context loss, no re-explaining what you want. It just works everywhere you already work. OpenAI's vision isn't subtle. They see 2 modes converging, real-time pairing where you code together with AI, and asynchronous delegation where you send it off to handle entire projects. The same agent, the same workflow, across all your tools. And with the new Skills in Codex feature released this week, you can package instructions and scripts so Codex reliably executes specific workflows, either using pre-built skills or creating your own in natural language. This is the shift. Mitch Ashley from the Futurum Group said it perfectly, coding is a relatively small part of the work of creating software. Codex doesn't replace developers. It shifts what developers do, more high-level design, architecture, orchestration, and less time in the weeds of implementation details and repetitive work. But obviously, you're wondering about safety and access. Codex isn't free. It's included with ChatGPT Plus, Pro, Business, Edu, and Enterprise plans. If you're a Plus user, you already have access. Business and enterprise customers can purchase additional usage credits. Security-wise, OpenAI locked this down. Codex runs in isolated cloud containers with internet access disabled by default during task execution, unless you specifically configure it. It only sees the code in your GitHub repos and pre-installed dependencies. They trained the model to refuse malicious software development requests while supporting legitimate security research and testing. And because it's doing real cybersecurity work, they're launching a trusted access pilot for qualifying security teams. The trade-off isn't about safety. It's about speed. Delegating to a cloud agent takes longer than typing code yourself. You have to get used to that asynchronous workflow. But as one OpenAI engineer put it, the habit became, let me just send off one more Codex task before getting up from your desk. That's the behavior change, treating it like delegating to a colleague, not like using a tool. So yeah, OpenAI Codex just made Best of 2025 lists, and there's a reason why. It's not about replacing developers. It's about returning focus to what actually matters, building great products instead of fighting with implementation details. That 6-hour bug hunt. The context-switching nightmare. The tests you keep putting off. Send them to Codex. Stay in flow. Build what you actually want to build. The future of development isn't writing every line yourself. It's knowing what to build and having an AI teammate who helps you get there faster. That future is here, and it's called Codex. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. See you on the next video.